the hair. The hair is similar to how you do the skin, except it has actually even more value in it. The same way that some of the drawings come to points at weird points, the shading comes to a point. Like if you look right here, there's a very defined line between this yellower shade and this darker shade, right here. So what I really think that is just the blending style. You start with a lot of color right here, you put the brush down here, and then you blend it out, and it tapers out that way. The hair has 1, 2, 3, 4 different colors. And one of those colors is highlight, and the other color is a shadow. So the base color is this one. We start with this basic color. And then when we want to highlight, we want to shadow it. Do a big square kind of in this area. They do the same thing as they do with the skin, with the highlights, with this kind of turquoiser color. And then there's these little shinies of a yellower color and a slightly different yellowish green color in the middle. And then at the very top, there's this really weird kind of super light greenish grayish color. So there's a lot of stuff going on with the hair. But that's how they make it up. Basically the same as the skin, except you add in some extra discolored colors on them in the middle part. And you smudge the hair and dodge the hairlines. What I mean by that is, you lay all these big complicated colors down, and then you go boop, and you just smudge it together. And you do exactly what it looks like they did down here, where the tip of it you don't smudge as much, but you put your brush down and then you smudge it out towards the edge. Right around here, right next to the line, you dodge it just a little bit with the dodge tool. Just make it really light, right next to some of the outlines. And that'll get you that nice color. When they do shade the hair, it's shaded in chunks. And as you can see, obnoxious colors. Obnoxious. Okay. As you can see right here, this is very nice gradient that I smudged. This is a thicker line with a thinner point. This is nice and smudged with a bunch of different colors, all those different colors that I mentioned. Here's the highlight or the dodge. Here's the shading, but there's still a highlight down here. So all that different stuff just repeated and repeated over and over again with all these color lines and everything. And then the way they do the highlights is just a bunch of little dots where the hair would stick out of white. On the contrary to how they draw the lines with a lot of sharp angles, the shading of the hair is actually quite soft. It goes very well with the line art, but it's a very rounded shape. See, like this. So when you do these striking points of the hair, make sure that when you shade, you imply that the hair is actually soft. And also when there are objects on top of the hair, just do a very light gray. Ow, that was my lungs. Ow, my lungs. Ow, my stomach and my lungs and my esophagus. When there's an object on the hair, do a very light gradient out. God, I can't say this. Gradient outward of shading. Stop laughing at me. Shut the up. Damn it! Crackers! Medicinal crackers. Keep drawing. As you can see here, with the coloring, when there is a hard edge, like a fold, God, I'm dying. The shading is harsh, and then it gradients out like this. So, it shows the fold, not in line art, but in harsh shading. Okay? Okay. So smudge that out. So, after drawing this for a while and shading it and trying to get all the stuff right, I actually took one of my own characters from my graphic novel called Kill Me Shining, which is awesome, and you should totally support it and wait anxiously for it to come out. Oogie, which is this guy right here, That's how I normally draw him. And then I tried to draw him in a Rune Factrory style, like this. Whoa! So, this was, I'm so sorry. This was really hard, actually, because even though I drew this, like, several times, and I colored it several times, and I love how they color and everything, I still couldn't get it right. And I realized a lot of the problem with that was that I was making the hair too thin! God! Stupid. Damn it, I will get through this live stream. I was making the hair too thin. So I tried to do that kind of harsh angle thingy. I still don't think I did the hair right. And I used the same amount of colors for the hair. And I did the little highlight thingy, and I did the blushing thingy, and I did the same way that they do the eyes. I feel like the eyes look pretty right. I feel like the skin looks sort of kind of right. But his, you know, his face is so open that there's not as much stuff to do with the skin on him. And oh yes, that was one other thing with the line art. When they do harsh shading, they do it like that. They actually do line art shading. So I replicated that here. So you actually do a little bit of cross-hatching for the neckline. So, kind of turned out alright. He looks weird comparatively. But I didn't even color his rabbit ears. But anyway, so I tried it. I tried my style turning into a Rune Factrory style, and you should try it too. If you would like to see any other drawing tutorials, where I'm not dying horribly, please leave it in the comments if you can handle Google+. Also, thank you for watching. Thank you if you've subscribed to me. Thank you if you were watching on my live stream. And thank you especially if you were drawing along with me. I know this was kind of a confusing thing to do while I was doing it, but if you followed along, then perhaps you've gained some amount of learnedness from this. And if not, that's okay, too. So anyway, my name is Kafai, and I will see you in the next drawing thingy. Good God, that was...